next to the Michigan congressman who says he has serious doubts about the appetite amongst his Democratic colleagues for the president's spending plan. Thaddeus McCotter is chairman of the House Republican Policy Committee. Congressman, you might have heard some of the last interview. It seems like even some Democrats are saying, we've been down this road before and it didn't work and we can't sell it.
Well, I think that's right. You have the Blue Dogs and you have other Democrats that for the past 2 years have been very concerned. In fact, Charles, for the past 4 years that the Democrats had a control of the purse strings in Congress, they've been very frustrated. And now the American people are very frustrated that Washington continues to think, as your last guest proved, that the liberals believe our prosperity comes from Washington. We know that our prosperity comes from the private sector, from the hardworking men and women, and that as we continue to destroy the fiscal infrastructure of this country and weight it down with massive new government debt and higher taxes, we are going to prolong and deepen this already difficult recession.
What do you make of the, I guess tomorrow we'll hear about $200 billion, 100% taxes off of business investments? That sounds like something that Republicans will go for.
No, it sounds like desperation from a party that's economic attempts to recreate the American economy and its very foundations have failed and have been doomed to failure. Again, Charles, it's the American people that determine what the foundations of our economy are. Sound and prudent government would tell you that you could spend trillions upon trillions of dollars and you're not going to recreate that. You're only going to make the economic situation worse. So when the president comes forward now with his spend and blame agenda, and the Democrats in Congress clearly don't get the message that the American people are tired of having their money taken or borrowed from their children to try to spend the Democratic administration in Congress's way out of the mess that they've made worse, it falls on their deaf ears.
What could the president have said yesterday that might have worked? And honestly, not, the complete Republican playbook per se, but what could he have said that would have made sense for both sides yesterday?
I think the one thing that they can do that can make sense is to understand that long-term permanent tax relief is critical to small businesses, to families, to job creation in this country. Not temporary gimmicks, not massive new government billion-dollar spending programs. First and foremost, they need the certainty that the government understands that it cannot avoid the painful restructuring that global competition is about to families and businesses, that the government itself must be restructured to be competitive in the future, and that is not a step that the Democrats wish to take.
I got to let you go, but before I do, quickly, do you think if there's a sweep of the GOP or the House and Senate that the president will move to the center?
I don't prognosticate on the elections. We as Republicans have a long way to earn their trust back, and we're going to continue to work at it every day. As for the president, he's quite capable of speaking for himself.
Okay. You're usually a lot more straightforward than that, but I'll accept it because we got to move on. Thanks a lot.
All right, Charles.
All right. President